This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All my life you've been so good to me. All my life you have been so good. Every breath that I am breath, I will sing of the goodness of God. Kini mafiso, orere, bioticoto, laigemi, eberu ahohoma, tofu yire, somebody shout Jesus! Your name is the highest. Your name is the greatest. Your name stands above them all. Above all thrones and dominions, all powers and positions. Your name stands above them all. Your name is the highest. Your name is the greatest. Your name is the greatest. Your name stands above them all. Stands above them all. All thrones and dominions. All thrones and dominions. All powers and positions. Your name stands above them all. Your name stands above them all. Yes, I'm so far as to be okay. Yes, I'm terror and carry I go. Yes, help me call his name. Somebody call his name. I'm every I'll be reset. I'll glory. How gory. Iruni Osio.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Natsu. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Do me a favor, hit the like button. We're getting started right now. Got a story to tell.
Okay, la la.
Ìjì líle kò lè dúró níwájú rẹ̀. Welcome, guys. How you guys doing? Good? Welcome. Yay. All right. Yes, I've got a story I wanted to share with you. So I wasn't going to go live, but I decided to just go live since it's not a celebrity trending topic. So I figure it's hot right now. If I go past now, I won't do it. So that's why I decided to do it right now. So at least I can drop it here for the Prestige family and they can consume it whenever they get a chance to do that. All right. So how's everybody doing? How are you doing, Natu? Good to see you. Welcome. All right. So it's a JAPA story, and I wanted to share with you. As usual, there's more to the story. So you can see the title said, "Deported my husband." Okay, I deported my husband. And what did she say? The exact words are, I deported my husband. I did not just end the marriage. All right, so yeah, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to read the story to you. I'm going to also read some comments and then we'll talk about it. So anytime I see an opportunity to react to content like this online, but also not just that, but how we react to them, it's always a plus. It's something I enjoy selfishly myself. So that's why I'm doing this live. Good to see you, Stephanie. Good to see you. Welcome. All right. And I also see Dupsy. Hello, Dupsy. Good to see you. All right. So yes, we're going to go through this story. If you're getting value out of this at any point, just do me a favor, hit the like button. That will tell everybody we're here, just in case there's a chance they will see it. If not, no problems. I'm glad you're here. All right, so let's get into it. So this was actually posted by one of my friends, sister. She posted this, and I saw. She posted this on. I see about 2,000 comments. I'm like, this must be hot. So I figured we should bring it here and talk about it. So I'm going to read it and then we'll take it from there. I also dropped the link. It's pinged at the top. If you have an opinion about this and you have some courage, feel free to jump on. I would like to hear your opinion. If not, I'll just respond to the comments and then we'll go home jejely. All right. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please hit the like button as you're coming in. Okay. Hit the like button. Thank you. All right, let me see. Let me just gonna end this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me go live on Instagram. Almost forgot. All right. Let's do it. So the imported wife, imported husband syndrome is at all-time rates. People are going back to Africa to find husband. They bring them here, and then it becomes an issue. I know people that have done it successfully with 2 children, successful marriage, successful life. I also know people that it hasn't worked out well for. So when you're generalizing, let's just all be careful. Okay. All right. Let's just all be careful when we're generalizing about this type of issues. All right, let me see. Why is this thing looking a little bit different on mobile? But if you want to go to the mainstream, just go to the home page and you can see the full experience on there. Stephanie, that's for you, okay? If you go to the home page, you can see the full experience, if you will. All right, so I will not be monitoring the mobile stuff or Instagram stuff, just FYI. All right, good. So let's get into it. So I deported my husband. I did not just end the marriage. I put him on a plane back to where he came from. And the night he left, I slept peacefully for the first time in months. Half of my church members now call me a heartless woman. The other half whisper that they would have done the very same thing. But before anyone rushes to judge me, listen to what truly happened. There's always more to the story, right? Okay. My name is Sarah. I'm a registered nurse living in Houston, Texas. Is this Houston, people? I worked long hours, sometimes 12 hours on my feet, dealing with difficult patients and cleaning up messes no one talks about. I saved every dollar I could. Why did I push myself that way? Because I wanted to bring the man I loved, Michael, to the United States. Why are they always Michael? Anyway, we met during a Christmas trip. It is this dirty December thing. Many of you are going for dirty December right now. Okay. Be careful, because everybody is putting their best foot forward, just like you. Okay. Don't come back here and say they all pretend. They are pretenders. I don't want to hear it. Everybody is putting their best foot forward. Know this and know peace. Okay. So he says, we met during a Christmas trip home 3 years ago. He was charming, good looking, and I had a smooth accent. Aha, not the accent. I can't. I'm reading it for the first time with you. Cool Mama say I saw the post. I'm reading it for the first time with you. So that's why I said I saw the first paragraph. I said, it's hot right now. Let me just come and do it. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Let's ping other people into the room. The link is pinned to the top if you have something to say about this. All right, let me get back to it. So accent, something about accent. Let me find it. Where am I? Okay. Okay, yes. He was charming, good looking, and had a smooth accent that weakened my knees. He told me he was an engineer with big dreams, but no real opportunities. He looked me in my eyes and promised that if I helped him come to America, he would treat me like royalty. That's how that works. You could just shoot your shot and people will just bring you to America. Wow. I didn't know. I didn't know this is how that works. If you just shoot your shot, just go to Dirty December, any one of those parties at the beach in Lagos, and shoot your shot, and some random girl will bring you to the overseas. Don't be Juju be that. Hit the like button. Thank you for all the 6 people that hit the like button. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, so he looked me in the eyes and promised that if I helped him come to America, he would treat me like royalty. He said he would work hard and build a life with me. I believe every word. I was in my early 30s. Lonely. You were in your early 30s just 3 years ago. Did you enter 40 already? Lonely and ready to start a family. I spent $15,000 on legal fees, flights, and all the paperwork. I sponsored his K1 visa myself. Again, this kind of story doesn't matter if it's fake, it is happening. I know that's happening. I know people that something of this nature has happened to. So it doesn't matter. Let's just learn the lessons we want to learn, okay? When he arrived at the airport, I cried with happiness. I thought my new life had finally begun. For half a year, he acted like the perfect partner. He cooked, he cleaned, he massaged my feet when I returned home exhausted. He called me his angel. We got married quietly at the courthouse and later filed for his green card. Our interview date was approaching. Then everything changed. Okay. Last Sunday, I came home early. What last Sunday? Did you just send him back in this last week when you were writing this story? Maybe. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about the details. Let's just look at the lessons, okay? I came home earlier than planned, because I had a terrible migraine. The house was quiet. Marco was not in the living room. I walked toward our bedroom and heard laughter. He was on a video call. I know this kind of story. His voice was nothing like the soft tone he he used with me. Wait, the accent disappeared. He switched to fast pidgin, sounding bold and careless. I heard him say, "Do not worry, that woman has no idea. She is just a fool." Really? Just outright a fool. Hey, this over here. Shout out to Toby and Tribe. Good to see you. Good to see you. So many people want to JAPA from Nigeria. May God let us be careful. Amen. Amen. Anyway, I heard him say, "Do not worry, that woman has no idea. She is just a fool." My heart sank. In our slang, calling someone a fool means they're being used. Like a mumu. Like you be mumu man. I went back to my old thing here since TikTok wasn't working, so I can play my sound bites. Mumuma, where are you now? I thought you should be back here somewhere. You are a mumu man.
You be mumu.
Oh, you be mumu.
You think say they wise?
This one is you are a mumu man.
You are a mumu man.
Uncle Beno, well done, Uncle Beno. I know you were live a few minutes ago. All right, welcome, sir. All right, so let's get back to the story. So I heard him say, "Do not worry, this woman has no idea. She's just a mumu man." My heart sank. In our slang, calling someone a fool means they are being used. I stood outside the door and listened. He told the person on the call that once he received his green card, he would give the marriage 6 months. They filed for divorce. He said he would claim they had grown apart. It wasn't that was the same statement that the feminists on Twitter said, right? That they give each other 6 months before they file for divorce. You have a man saying it now. So as you can see, it's not a feminism thing. Okay. It's the barao only thing. It's a thief thing. Anyway, let's keep going. So he would just say they have grown apart. And once he was free, he would bring his real family to America. I mean, is this Michael Angela's husband? Remember Angela's husband on that show, 90 Days Fiancé? No, I don't know. But let's keep going. But this person's name is Michael too. He told the woman that I was only a stepping stone. He told her she was the real owner of his heart and home. A child's voice even called him daddy. Wah! In that moment, something inside me shifted. I did not scream. I did not cry. I felt a cold wave of clarity settle over me. I left the house quietly and sat in a coffee shop for hours. I replayed every moment and realized that the man I loved had never actually existed. What I thought was love had been an act. I had been paying for a role he was performing. That evening, I returned home and pretended nothing was wrong. I kissed him and cooked dinner. He had no idea. Hey, wala. Hey, the next morning while he went to the gym, I opened the USCIS website. That's the immigration website here in the US. I withdrew my sponsorship. I wrote a long letter explaining that the marriage was fraudulent and that I no longer agreed to support him in any way. I did not tell him. The day of the interview, he put on his best suit. He looked confident. He thought the world belonged to him. Wow. Uncle Veda say, "Oh, baby."
Oh, beauty.
Wow. He asked if I was ready to make our life official. I smiled and said I was. At the immigration office, they called his name. Instead of taking us into an interview room, 2 officers approached us. They asked for his identification and informed him that his petition was withdrawn and his status was no longer valid. The confusion on his face was unforgettable. He turned to me in disbelief. He kept repeating my name, asking what was happening. I stood up, adjusted my dress, and told him clearly that I was no one's ladder. La da la da la da la da. I want God is a G, la da. Follow the ladder, follow the ladder. Welcome, Babes Wins. Oh, more. So he kept repeating my name, asking what was happening. I stood up, adjusted my dress, and told him clearly that I was the one's la da la da. Yes, I won't do it again. And that I refused to be used. I walked out while he called after me in handcuffs. He's currently in a detention center waiting to be sent back home. His family, so it was really last Sunday. His family has been calling non-stop, insulting me, praying fire on my head. Did he call them from detention? And demanding I forgive him. His real wife even wrote to me begging for mercy because of their children. The audacity. But I feel absolutely nothing. I work too hard for my peace. I refuse to let anyone live in my life like a squatter. Now, I sit in my quiet home with a glass of wine and ask myself a simple question: did I go too far? Should I have simply divorced him and allowed him to remain in the country? Or did he receive exactly what he deserved? The person that put this together says, share your thoughts. Stories like this are shared to help others and avoiding falling into painful traps. Yet, some people will still ignore the warning because love has covered their eyes. Let me see. Okay, let's close that. Love has covered their eyes. Love is blind. Love is blind. May God help anyone who is vulnerable. It is well. And she said copied. So she copied it from somewhere. All right, good. So the picture she put on is what I have on my thumbnail. If somebody asks me to take it down in the future, I will take it down. Hopefully it's nobody's real. I don't know where the picture came from. Anyway. So now, again, feel free to call in if you want to respond. If you want to speak to this comment, if you know people that have gone through this kind of stuff, and if you want to share some kind of lessons around this and stuff like that. But about 2,000 comments responded, and I want to go through some of them, see if we can find some things interesting. If not, I'll go home. It's a Friday evening. My children are upstairs. I'll go play with them, and we'll call it today. In fact, don't tell anybody. Pizza is waiting for me upstairs. So, all right. Oh, God. Let me go through the comments. So somebody said, God wanted you to know the type of man you were living with. That's why he allowed you to walk into that conversation. I'm sure he always talked to family back home, and they knew his plans after you got the green card. So don't regret what you did. Imagine if his plan had gone through. Just thank God his plan didn't work. God loves you. Okay. Somebody said, this was a divine intervention. No, my own thing is that why did the divine intervention did not happen before you bring him to America, though? This kind of thing should happen right there at the 30th December. God should just show you a sign so that see inside that person's eyes that you are a fake. You are a fake, But you brought him to America first. Okay. All right. I'm going to say right now, it's not as easy as that guy is the evil, and we already know that part. Of course, that's evil behavior. If you're going to deceive a person and you bring them overseas and then they find out you're not who you, of course, that's evil behavior. But there's deeper lessons we need to learn here. Okay, because this can happen to either a man or a woman with a blue passport. Speaking of blue passport, with a blue passport, see this thing right here. It can happen to anybody. Anyway, let's keep going. Somebody said you did the right thing. If he had stayed, who knows who else he would have hurt. This person may not have been as strong as your blessings to you. Okay. Somebody said, well done. You did the right thing. I salute you. Another person said, he deserved what he got because he was not honest with you. Tell all of his family to leave you the hell alone. Now, some of these people that are talking, are products of such, how should I don't want to call it criminal because I'm being sensitive, but such evil behavior. Let's call it evil. Evil is worse than criminal, But some of them are in Yankee now because somebody did that 2 generations of JAPA before. So it's easy to judge now. Let's just be remembering. Some of you are in London. All right, let me see. Yeah, please don't send our husband back. Our husband. Our husband, that woman, right? The wife. Love is not blind, Coco. In fact, love runs you, knew. I love what she did. Okay. But she lost $15,000. And by the way, nobody come out of a solid breakfast like that free. That trauma will follow her everywhere. She will be scared to date the next person, as you can imagine, right? So even though she sent him back to Niger, that's not the end of that trauma for her. At least the guy knows that he was a thief. So it's like, what's the coming? Let me just go back home. He will cry 1 night, 2 nights, and it didn't work. Mogo did not matter, right? But for her, it's worse. For her, it's worse. Sadly, and that's why I want us to focus on. That's why I want us to focus on. Let me see here. How did this work? Okay, good. I have Uncle Beno here. Uncle Beno is gonna hang out with me. Uncle Beno, how you doing, sir?
Hey, MOP.
How you doing?
I just do.
You don't be outside already. You just finished now.
No, I actually left the video, the studio like 45 minutes before I be finished. I dropped my baby then. I said, "Ma, do small grocery before I go back home." So I said, "Make I hang out with you small now."
Thank you, Jerry, my brother. Yes, so you heard the full story, right?
I heard towards the end, but I didn't hear it from the beginning.
Okay, since you are here, I know many people are just coming already too. Let me read it so that we can do justice to it. Okay, I'll be a little bit faster now, So again, we're talking about this story that one of my friends posted on. So it's a JAPA story, and it goes like this: I deported my husband. I did not just end the marriage. I put him on a plane back to where he came from. And the night he left, I slept peacefully for the first time in months. Half of my church members now call me a heartless woman. The other half whisper that they would have done the very same thing. But before anyone rushes to judge me, listen to what truly happened. My name is Sarah. I'm a registered nurse living in Houston, Texas. I worked long hours, sometimes 12 hours on my feet, dealing with
Jesus. Houston again?
Now, Houston people, now I know that's why you don't live in Houston, you live in Austin. Anyway, 12 hours on my feet, dealing with difficult patients and cleaning up messes no one talks about. I saved every dollar I could. Why did I push myself that way? Because I wanted to bring the man I loved, Michael, to the United States. We met during the Christmas trip home 3 years ago during 30 December. It was charming, good looking, and had a smooth accent that weakened my feet, my knees. He told me he was an engineer with big dreams, but no real opportunities. He looked me in my eyes and promised that if I helped him come to America, he would treat me like royalty. He said he would work hard and build a life with me. I believed every word. I was in my early 30s, lonely and ready to start a family. I spent $15,000.
Yes. Sorry, MOP. No verse I caught in. You see, my ear don't they open now. What is wrong with our women with royalty? She said will treat me like royalty. Royalty.
Every woman loves a fairy tale. Every woman loves a fairy tale. No matter how old they are, they love a fairy tale.
Make I go find Sister Natu to come explain this royalty for me.
Voila. So he said he would work hard and build a life with me. I believed every word. I was in my early 30s, lonely and ready to start a family. I spent $15,000 on legal fees, flights, and all the paperwork. I sponsored his K1 visa myself. When he arrived at the airport, I cried with happiness. I thought my new life had finally begun. For half a year, he acted like the perfect partner. He cooked, he cleaned, he massaged my feet when I returned home exhausted. He called me his angel. We got married quietly at the courthouse, and later filed for his green card. Our interview date was approaching, then everything changed. Last Sunday, I came home early than planned because I had a terrible migraine. The house was quiet. Michael was not in the living room. I walked toward our bedroom and heard laughter. He was on a video call. His voice was nothing like the soft tone he used with me. He switched to fast pidgin, sounding bold and careless. I heard him say, "Do not worry. That woman has no idea. She is just a fool." My heart sank. In our slang, calling someone a fool means they are being used. I stood outside the door and listened. He told the person on the call that once he received his green card, he would give the marriage 6 months, then file for divorce. He said he would claim they had grown apart, and once he was free, he would bring his real family to America. He told the woman that I was only a stepping stone. He told her she was the real owner of his heart and home. A child's voice even called him daddy. In that moment, something inside me shifted. I did not scream, I did not cry. I felt a cold wave of clarity settle over me. I left the house quietly and sat in the coffee shop for hours. I replayed every moment and realized that the man I loved and had never actually existed. What I thought was love had been an act. I had been paying for a role he was performing. That evening, I returned home and pretended nothing was wrong. I kissed him and cooked dinner. He had no idea. The next morning, while he went to the gym, I opened the USCIS website. I withdrew my sponsorship. I wrote a long letter explaining that the marriage was fraudulent and that I no longer agreed to support him in any way. I did not tell him. The day of the interview, he put on his best suit, his Sunday's best. He looked confident. He thought the world belonged to him. He asked if I was ready to make our life official. I smiled and said I was. At the immigration office, they called his name. Instead of taking us to an interview room, 2 officers approached. They asked for his identification and informed him that his petition was withdrawn and his status was no longer valid. The confusion on his face was unforgettable. He turned to me in disbelief. He kept repeating my name, asking what was happening. Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. I'm hiding that one, don't worry. I stood up, adjusted my dress, and told him clearly that I was no one's ladder. Anyway, that I refused to be used. I walked out while he called after me in handcuffs. He's currently in a detention center waiting to be sent back home. His family has been calling nonstop, insulting me, praying fire on my head, and demanding I forgive him. His real wife even wrote to me begging for mercy because of their children. But I feel absolutely nothing. I work too hard for my peace. I refuse to let anyone live in my life like a squatter. Now, I sit in my quiet home with a glass of wine and ask myself a simple question. Did I go too far? Or should I have simply divorced him and allowed him to remain in the country? Or did he receive exactly what he deserved? That's your question, Uncle Beno. Uncle Patrick, I see you, sir. How are you, sir? Yeah. So did she go too far? All right. So we're reading comments. Uncle Beno, whenever you're ready. That was the story right there. Also, for those of you that came in a little bit late, many people in the comments have been saying he deserves what he gave him. You know. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Sorry, in case if you lose me briefly, I'm driving back home anyway.
No water.
So basically, first off, to agree with everybody, he deserved what he got, 1000%. The lady's supposed to even do worse than that. The only thing I'm dying to find out right now is, I hope within those period when the lady discovered that this man had this evil plan, to when they finally went for the visa, for the Pali interview, I hope she had enough kerewa. I'm dying to know. I hope she satisfied herself with enough kerewa, because if I happen to be a man and this happens to me, and I found out a girl is using me, try to use me to collect Pali, from the moment I discover to even if it is 8 months or 6 months, you will go for the interview. Omo, I will make sure I collect everything for body first. In fact, I will deliberately
Wait,
take
you
time off
think you will
from
want to
work.
sleep with him?
Why would she do it? And then you say MOP. Why would she? You see, this is why I say our people that they lose guard at times. At that point, she already know the game is off. She already knew what she was gonna do. So why don't you enjoy your money first? Fool him just the way she fooled her. So that's by the way anyway. Now coming to another thing that I see here, this is where me and my sisters we go start bass boast now. You know I can't stay away from trouble. One question that keep bothering me anytime I hear all this crazy ass story is how are these women picking these guys? Can you hear me, MOP?
I can hear you now. From 30 December now.
You see, the woman is at fault. There are many of them who tells this stupid sorry story all the time. I am sorry for those who fell into this trap and who have had this experience. I am not trying to minimize your experiences, okay? But the fact remains that you guys never learn nothing. The women who fell into this trap, they don't learn jack. I think whoever came up with that saying that women fell for what they hear and men fell for what they see, I think that person is a genius. Because it's becoming clearer that you can literally tell women, irrespective of their educational level and accomplishment, you can literally lie to them. And even when their instinct tells them this motherfucker is lying, oh, sorry. Even when their instinct is telling them this MF is lying, they still want to believe it. You saw it with Toyeka. You've many stories like this. So I am always dying within me that I want to ask them, how can you be this dumb? You live in America. You know that at least 98% of men and women in Nigeria, when they want to marry somebody who lives abroad, the primary objective is for them to travel. May we not lie to ourselves. In as much as this person is not somebody you fell in love with in Nigeria, you actually have a solid relationship that was built on love, trust, and loyalty. In as much that you already come to America, you've worked your butt off, and you've at least created something for yourself. When you go to Nigeria to say you want to marry, 98% of the men or women you are going to be
Want to leave.
attracted to,
They just want to
they
JAPA.
want to travel.
Wala, wala, wala.
You should know that first of all. Now, secondly, you live in America. This country is not easy. You know the hustle. You know what it takes to find your feet in America. You know that anyone who wants to come to this America, first of all, must be the type who is ready and willing to sacrifice it all to stay in America. And you know that for anybody who have lived life in Nigeria, enjoy the freedom, the liberty we have, cashing cruise, cashing fun, you know, work 8 to 5, come back, weekend, go to club, enjoy. When those people come over to the US, it's going to take them at least 3 to 5 years for them to adjust into the system. Many of them, all their thought will still be back in Nigeria. Yet you ignore that. You also know that when you find these folks in Nigeria, there is almost 99% guarantee that they are in a relationship. I'm sorry, you know I'm not an expert. I'm just speaking
Yeah, I'm
from
listening.
my own small experience, okay?
Yeah, I mean, listen,
You know
I
it.
agree with you because
You
I
should
mean
know it.
that's why when people say they want to wait until a certain age, so you go just the float around, no relationship, nothing, nobody hanging on the corners. Go ahead, Jerry boss.
So I just feel it that 99% guarantee these folks they are in a relationship. What give you the audacity to now convince yourself that this person I am marrying and I'm bringing, this person is not in a relationship? I once told somebody, a lady that also wanted to do this shit, I told her, any guy you are talking to in Nigeria that say he wants to marry you, if the guy do not admit to you that he has a girlfriend and that whatever they got going on is not too serious for him to jeopardize in order to build a world with you, don't listen to such a guy. And if any guy admitted to your face that they are in a relationship, then they have to move 1 or 2 steps forward. And that step is that they have to show you that person. You have to see that person. Let them give you that person's social media handle. That means they are being sincere. But when people tells you, right now, I just had a breakup, I have no serious relationship, I have nobody. Whoever is telling you that crap in Nigeria, whether man or woman, they are lying, both lying to your faces. So I told the lady, if this guy can show you his girlfriend, and if he can prove to you beyond reasonable doubt that he can actually go ahead and let that relationship go, then maybe you are in luck. But anybody that lies to your face and say, I don't have anything serious, it's all about you. You already know, say they won't use you. So that's all I have to say for now. And as in Houston, this particular lady that said this story now, she will still do it again.
You think so?
She will.
She's
go
sipping
do
on
it
her
again.
wine now. She says she don't get faced. She's sipping on her wine because she managed to send somebody to come back from like that.
I know she will do it again because husband material in Houston is just about maybe 5%. It's just about 5% of husband material in Houston. The vast majority of men in Houston, I'm not throwing men under the bus, it's the reality. The vast majority, they get side chick. They're not that faithful. And the women too, I won't spare them. It's just that you can still find more honest women than honest women in Houston. So looking for a wife or looking for a husband in Houston is a little bit difficult case. So this lady, she will do the same thing, especially when she says she'll be nurse. She don't get her own as money day. She will still do the same thing again. That's all I want to say for now, Baba.
Yeah. Thank you so much, boss. Uncle Patrick, I saw you in the studio.
Sorry, I can't see the comment, so I'm just saying in case whether they blow my bum already. You have to
the only thing that was asked, I'll let you know. I think it was Troby and Travis. Uncle Ben, no, she might not enjoy the Kiriwao because of the betrayal. Her heart will be too hurt. What do you say to that?
Initially, now the first 2 weeks, you see, although we are wired differently.
We're wired
For me, I'm a kind of a very realistic person. As soon as I see that, this person don't betray me, I don't know, see, this is gone. So I will just kind of compartmentalize my pain, maybe a week or 2. After that, I'll just say, you don't spend the money, I beg. Oh yeah.
So let me ask you this. So if you experience a betrayal at this level, you fit carry with that person. Even as a man.
Why not? When I don't know what I want to do the person already. No. MOP, level different. When I don't know what I want to do already,
you're right.
The only thing that will be there is that the kerewa is not coming from the bottom. You may have to go and shayo or one thing in order for you to do it. But at that point, Jackie Babeje, difficulty totally in Nigeria, may we scatter everywhere first. May we do Kama Sutra.
But why would that? Okay, so if I have to get drunk to carry out with you, me personally, I don't go enjoy them. I want to be present as a human being.
And even present in this one. And if you are present in this one, machine no go work because you just look the person.
That's what they say. I go now go get drunk so machine go work. But I hear you. I hear you, Okubero. But yeah, personally, personally, if I'm not into you, I'm probably not going to do it. I understand a lot of men also think that way, that they can just. Many women think men can just bang anything. I think many men actually can't. They can't just bang anything walking in skirts. I think that's an overstatement when people say that. But yeah, there might be some people that can do that. But most women who have been betrayed this manner, they will usually not be able to do carry well with that person. Even authentic betrayal, as in like you even like what I'm authentic, like somebody that you actually doing marriage together, and it's not like a criminal fraudulent situation, right? The moment you offend her,
MOP.
no fit do amo. The moment you
MOP.
offend her,
Sorry, Baba.
yeah.
To do this kind of thing is even easier for women than men. You know, say men.
Mm-hmm.
Now we.
I don't miss you. Your connection is bad. Okay, you back? Okay, on mute.
MOP, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
There's only one call came in.
Okay.
So as I was saying, to do this kind of thing, whereby you don't already know, say this person, instead of you make you own a life farm, you just want to.
The village people will not let him complete that statement. Attraction is a real thing. Attraction is a real thing for both men and women. And one thing that can mess with attraction is betrayal. You know, there are so many things, innocent things that can mess with attraction. How much more betrayal? All of these poisons right here will mess with attraction. All of the poisons that I usually highlight for you: shaming language, insult, blame and fault. These are things that normal people do. It's not fraudulent, but we do it sometimes when we find ourselves in crisis. Guilt, discreet logic, all these things will mess with attraction. How much more somebody betrayed you? That directly messes with a woman's, at least, let me say a woman, right? At least a woman's sense of safety. Number one, security, structure, certainty, right? So a normal, let me say a normal typical person, there might be people that may be able to do that. There's exception to every rule, but a typical person will probably struggle to get intimate with that kind of person because you don't even know who you're dealing with. Uncle Beno, you're back?
Yeah, sorry for the call. See,
No,
MOP. I don't know, maybe people are not getting what I'm saying with this. If you look
you didn't
at the
finish
story,
it. Village people didn't let you finish it. Oh, yeah, continue.
now, if you follow the story the way you read it out, if the impression the woman gave us is that she pretended nothing happened until the guy got to the immigration office and found out that she had already put this thing. Now, for that guy not to have suspect, imagine MOP, just picture what I'm saying now. She found out,
Hello,
she
Miss
closed
Yvette.
shop.
Good to see you. Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? She found out, then she closed shop. What do you think will happen? No kerewa, nothing again. Maybe it took 3 months or 6 months for that time. No kerewa. If you as a man, woman where you with and day where you they lie to, all of a sudden she changed. She not give you kerewa anything again. You are gonna say something is wrong now. So definitely she the kerewa the man. That's why he shocked the man. When he reached immigration office, come discover say the woman don't pull the whole pali. So people can do it. And as I was saying earlier, it is even easier for
Uncle
women
Beno.
to do.
Uncle Beno, how are you so sure that she's carrying the man? The logic you just gave me. You said because she stayed there until that means she's carrying the man.
If they kerewa the man, this is simple logic now. I think people should understand what I'm saying here.
Okay.
Now, simple logic.
Uncle Mama understand you. She I get where you're coming from.
Because you want to, the man has been foolish enough to think he played her, and then she want to play her back. So that means she did not let the man suspect that anything is wrong. So she will keep the status quo. Kerewa go there, everything go there. So if she thought say she no kerewa the man, now until when the man reach immigration, now he discover, then she's lying. That means the man should have known. Person where you with no fight.
I have a question for you. How about people that have been married for 13, 14, 15 years that their wife for the last 6 months have been telling them I'm just tired, and they're leading them on, and they're tired.
That one is a different ball game.
How is it different? Even that one, they are married though, and they have no plans to leave, and they're doing that. How is it different?
Can you hear me, MOP?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
it's a different ball game because this man is a player. Most of these players, they are watching their prey 247. any move their prey makes, they will quickly want to like counter that move. We heard the story of this guy now, that Oyenka girl.
Okay.
That's
Deception, Danish,
that's how
Danish
these
deception.
players move. Okay, for instance, I'm playing you MOP. Let's say I want to do you 419. I introduce you to a business. I tell you about the business. You like the business for everything. You are into the business. You are excited. You know. So I will be monitoring you because I know I'm lying to you. So if I see you, if before when you see me, you say, "Hey, Beno Baba, how are you doing now? Hey, Beno, I'll do further research." Oh, yeah. Then all of a sudden, when you see me, you are not doing what you are doing before. Me that I want to scam you, my mind go there and say, it be like this man don't, Otikana, this man don't find out, say, I want on the street. So if you found out that I've been playing you and you want to get back to me, the best way is for you to pretend and keep everything the way it is. So that me, I no go suspect. Now you are the one setting the trap for me. Now, me think say they set you up before. But as soon as you found out and you are playing along, you are now the one who took over and you are playing the game. So in this case, if the woman changed how she was behaving towards the man go don't already know, say something is not right. Omo, you she back like this guy don't do like this before. So I'm telling you, MOP, some women will actually do the kerewa. Remember, it is easier for women to do kerewa without putting their mind there. Sure, you know.
No, I know that, but that's the exception.
Now just to open paradise.
Uncle Bello, can you hear me?
She know they get. I can hear.
Can you hear me? But that's the exception now.
I hear you.
Most women cannot carry over if they're not into you.
I agree.
There are exceptions, of course, but most women
agree.
cannot do it. Yeah,
I agree. I'm just saying he's supposed to show the man pepper too. You know, sometimes he's supposed to go grab a cut pepper for kitchen. If you and play, say he won't do aura. Just take that hand, grabbing this thing small. Then go say, oh, sorry, baby.
I'll say this. Maybe she's pretending. Maybe she just lie down there and let him do what he wants to do. Maybe she's doing that. But if she's into that Kiriwa, if she had been stigmatized by this guy, she won't let him go. Okay. If she found it so easy to let him go, the way she described it, she found it easy. She says she's numb, and she says she's sipping wine. Even though that one, I don't question that one a little bit, but maybe she's just trying to numb her pain a little bit, right? The way she described it, she couldn't wait to get rid of this guy. That's what I'm saying. So, and women can live with you. And I have a question for you, Uncle Beno. If he finds out that this woman don't back out, this woman don't find out something, what if he do?
The man?
Yeah, what if you do?
He's just going to intensify his lying.
He's stuck in the house in Houston. No, but she already caught him red-handed. So there's no intensify of lie here, right? So what if he do? What can he do? If he finds out like this woman is backing up and he starts to rub his hand and say, I think Okatika, right? What can he do? So if she even withheld the sex from her, right? From him, right? What can happen? If it's a situation where she's scared for her life, I understand, right? But if it's just a countdown of a number of days before they bundle this one out, what can he really do? Nothing. He's just in the prison yard until he gets deported. So I'm trying to find out what the motive will be, or maybe not motive per se, but why would she feel the need to continue to give him sex? Especially if she doesn't want.
That is his job by the way, anyway, MOP. I'm just saying that, because the truth of the matter is that for some women, it's really hard to get men. To get men, we go they bring that oil change frequently. It really they hard. So because she's gonna send him away, I'm just saying that she's supposed to use that money for the guy body. So that may not be the situation for everybody.
And that was why that's why I was pushing back earlier. You say use the guy. That means she will be enjoying it. And it doesn't sound like something that she would enjoy,
She should enjoy it now. Where did they are not to enjoy? I don't fall already now, MOP.
I know me personally, and I know many women will agree with me. I know if it enjoy sex with people I don't want to have sex with. I'm sorry.
We are wired like that. Even me that I'm talking to you right now, I am wired like that. If I'm really into you, Bobo action, everything. If I'm not into you, it's gonna take a while. But I'm saying under these circumstances that if I am still single
Yeah,
and I found out the woman I brought everything, she was playing me.
you will play
And I
along with
already
sex,
and
basically.
I already made up my mind that I want her to regret ever doing this, but I want that regret to come as a shocker. Because what she did is to shock him. And how else can you shock MS than to let him get to where he thought they were going to give him green card, and rather they are arresting him?
In his best suit,
That's
in
what
his
I'm
Sunday
saying.
best, in his Sunday
So
best.
that's what I'm saying. That sometimes when people mess with you, you got to mess with them too. Me, I'm just saying for my own. Now strict method, na me I sabi mostly. And I've always said that now
I,
law of Moses, me at the embrace. So far, you get mind to hurt me. If I have the privilege to hurt you too, I will do it and steal it. Just for you to feel the pain. That's just how I
okay.
roll.
I want to
Okay.
read for those of you that just came in. I'm going to read the summary of the story, but I want to read a comment for you, Uncle Beno, after that. So I want to hear your take on it, right? So the summary of the story quickly: Sarah's story, the deportation of a fraudulent husband. Sarah, a registered nurse in Houston, Texas, worked tirelessly for 3 years to save $15,000 to sponsor the K1 visa for her fiance Michael, whom she met and fell in love with during a trip home. He was charming and promised to treat her like royalty and build a life with her in America. They met at Dirty December. Upon Michael's arrival, they married quietly and filed for his green card. For 6 months, he acted as the perfect partner, cooking, cleaning, and caring for Sarah. The situation abruptly changed when Sarah returned home early with a migraine and overheard Michael on a video call. Switching to pidgin slang, he boasted to the person on the line, who was his real wife and the mother of his child, that Sarah was a fool and a stepping stone. He reviewed his plan to get his green card, divorce Sarah in 6 months, and then bring his real family to America. Instead of confronting him, Sarah maintained composure, acted normally, and silently initiated her plan. The next morning, she withdrew her sponsorship on the USCIS website, citing the marriage as fraudulent. At the green card interview, Michael was confident, but instead of being interviewed, he was approached by 2 officers who informed him his petition was withdrawn and his status was invalid. Sarah calmly told him she was no one's ladder and watched him being taken away in handcuffs, awaiting deportation. Sarah now feels peace, despite receiving calls from Michael's family demanding forgiveness and mercy. She concludes by questioning whether she went too far or if Michael received exactly what he deserved for his betrayal. So here's the comment that I want somebody say, your story is pathetic, but I congratulate you for discovering the wickedness of the wicked fast. You acted well, my child. In fact, you are not the first. God surely loves you. That's why you acted calmly. May worse calamities befall anyone who castigates you in Jesus' name. Go for deliverance and cleanse yourself of him. Go to God in prayer and heal. Make sure he is brought back to his real family. Imagine the wife begging you. You would have ended up in sickness in your old age, and you will not know where it came from. The wife will now know Babalawo house to finish you. May God expose more of such bastard men who play with innocent hearts and emotions. Amen. By the way, there are women who play this kind of games too. Uncle Beno, what do you think about that comment? Not to
MOP.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Read the comments. Go ahead.
Okay. Natu says, you as a man can, but majority of women cannot. Natu says, enjoy fire. Thunder key that kiriwa. Honestly, I think most women will say the same thing. You know, Dirty December husbands are suspects, and wives. That Dirty December thing. Mario says, "Hey, Mario says, you be eye for an eye." Of course, not all. Ice. Hey, Ice. Good to see you. You see, the question I'm really drilling in on here is that question that is it fair or is it not fair? I personally think it's fair. whatever happened to him. But that comment is bringing out something that she is in denial about. She thought she is free now. So, Uncle Beno, is she free?
From the man?
Yeah, from the drama, from this whole problems. Everybody in the chat, is she free or she has more to work on? So now she's gotten rid of the man.
Here is the matter of if she's free or not.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't free before she met the man,
Mm-hmm.
because definitely she would have had terrible experiences in the past, and apparently she failed to learn from them. This lady, I don't think she's a 25 years old lady or 26.
As she
She's
says,
probably-
she says in her 30s, and then we used what in my 30s, and then it's only a few months ago. So I don't know if she has entered 40 in the last.
even if she's in her 30s, so far she live in this abroad. She would have learned from experiences. She would have learned from other people's experiences, but apparently she did not work on herself. That is why she ended up going all the way to Nigeria to bring the Mugu Park to United States. So for me, she wasn't free before she met him, and after she has deported him, now she is still not free, because now, some men go here. If she never even opened TikTok or for YouTube self, and after that, she will end up falling into the hands of somebody similar again. MOP, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
some of these sisters, some of them, they just don't have the talent of choosing good guys. I'm sorry. They will ignore anything, every little red flag they can see from the beginning, they will ignore it until they fall into another situation again. So I don't think she's not free. She's not free at all. She's free from the guy. Nothing that guy can do to her or anything, but she's still not free from the delulu. That's my take.
Yeah. Now, for an average woman, young lady, who is looking for a husband, looking for an authentic husband, are you saying don't ever do Nigeria? Where's Uncle Kidola? I miss Uncle Kidola in this moment. Are you saying to never go to Nigeria to find a husband or even wife for that matter? That's a question for you, Uncle Beno. Is she free? I don't think she's free. I think there's something about her that allow her to fall into that. And it's not as simple as she should have shined her eyes, because there's only so much you can see. So even with the fact that she said smooth accent, it's one of the things that weaken her by the knees. That must be a lot.
Those are the red flags I'm talking about. You went to Nigeria to marry a guy who got smooth accent, and that does not ring a bell. That doesn't sound like, hey,
what do you mean?
This is United States of red flags. You don't get me, MOP. See,
I get you. I get you. I promise.
This is just me being honest, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I've said something about accent before. There are some people that when you hear them speak, the accent is just natural because they've lived in America for quite very long. And even when they speak, you can still see the honesty and sincerity in that accent. That it's not like this person is intentionally speaking like this.
Yeah.
A typical example is yourself. When you speak,
what do you mean? Wait. What accent? My accent is Akure /Owo / so don't you dare. Okay? Don't use me as an example. Have you heard my Yoruba before? I beg.
MOP, you know what make we open this Pandora box?
What Pandora box?
Say you flow naturally, and you are not trying to pretend.
They hear Owo for inside my English. Hear Owo for inside my English.
I can't hear it. Maybe because I can't speak Fune. So as soon as people speak fluently and they add some American season to it, it just sounds sweet in my ears. So, but what I'm saying is that you can tell people who speaks naturally, And you can tell that they
I
have
get you. You
acclimatized.
can feel the authenticity, at least from a feeling
Exactly.
standpoint. There's something wrong about you
Exactly.
if you can't pick up this authenticity. And I know somebody's going to tell me you don't know these Nigerian
Roberto.
people, they can pretend. I know somebody's going to tell me that. But no, you need to work on yourself. It doesn't matter what accent or what, you can feel authenticity. And of course, if you are leveraging time and patience, then you also need to take your time to get to know a person, because they can only pretend for so long. And if they
Absolutely.
pretend, they still got you, then that's an unfortunate situation. But that you're the exception to the rule, because most people that have done the work necessary, or they have the cue, they can pick it up. No, you know what I'm saying now. You can pick, you know when people are authentic or not. It doesn't, all the rest of it, or the surface stuff, they can pretend. They can only do that for so long. Some people say, oh, they can do it. Some people can pretend for a life and say, oh, nee. It's because you're not paying attention. Because you're not paying attention. And if that exists, because there's always exception, that is the exception. I wasn't talking about you, or particularly who have the bad. Your own story is just bad. There's nothing you can learn from your story. You are just the victim. Instead of you to listen to us now. Because if you go into that dirty December, there are some authentic people in that crowd.
Exactly now. Exactly. And you know something with some of these our sisters, especially those who are in the age of desperado. I am sorry. The one I call in the age of desperado is from 35 to 45. They want, and they really want marriage. They are just looking for that man. But here is the problem. That spec, you know that box where they say, oh, let me check the box. I check the box. I check this. He meet my spec. They can't do away with it. So for instance now, the lady you read the story, from the beginning of her story, she is already attracted to the way the man speaks.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like Onyeka. It sounds like Onyeka, exactly.
So she can be one of those sisters that has always longed for a man who speaks fluently, you know? So when he saw him and the way the guy speaks, it mesmerizes her. It's the same thing with women who are in love with deep voice. You know, MOP, this is your feed. You should know this type of people I'm talking about now.
No, how am I supposed to know?
There are some lady, MOP, you should know.
Okay, all right, continue.
There are some ladies that they are in love with deep voice. To catch them, all you have to do is to pretend and speak in deep voice.
Deep voice and accent.
Hey, baby, I'm so glad to see you. You're from America, right? Yeah, I've traveled. I've been around the world. I've been to Dubai,
I want to know.
So that's what I'm saying, that this lady that we're talking about her story now, she's already looking for a man who can speak so good. I'm not blaming her, by the way. I have to confess. Me too. I'm in love with people who can speak really good. Their phoneme is phonetic. Their voice is superb. That's why I love a lot of our sisters here. You know, I know they could hide my own.
Accent like water.
Oh, exactly. And you know, many of these our sisters, what made me fall in love with them more is that they don't pretend. You can tell that they can code switch. The moment they want to speak in pure English language, they just speak naturally like that. So nobody said that they pretend. But for we be man, we can pretend. For instance, now, even though my accent is horrible, anytime I go to Trends Reality and I want to create American content, I go take my time, make sure say the video not too long, so that I go fit pretend for like 10 minutes. When I'm speaking, taking my time to make sure, say, okay, my accent go blend small, even though the Ondo go still they stand, but it go blend small. So you see what I'm saying? But frankly speaking, MOP, you are laughing. MOP, you are not going to Bora Bora, MOP. You are not going to Bora Bora. Make I go find Abby. I will report you to Abby. You are not going on that trip with us.
Which people now they go? Which people are not plan with me? Now I plan trip. You know,
MOP, now your sister demo. Ask Sister Nato, ask Marriott, ask all our sisters. Now then no Bora Bora. In fact, it's a big thing now. Anytime you're offended, they say you are not going to Bora Bora. So ask them, they know. MOP,
So wait,
for
I have to
asking, you
speak
are
as
not.
them. I have to speak as them to go to Bora Bora. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe if you speak as a they fit pity you small. Like me now, they don't tell me, say, they go carry me, go do photography. There's in a
Oh,
picture, I
wow.
go come snap for
They
them.
said they leave me at the airport too. Wow. Eh? Oh, God.
I'm telling you, Baba.
For real,
So,
Uncle Bedo, this is real issues. There's a pandemic. Not only that, people are bringing pregnancy back from dirty December. Pregnancy that they don't even recall where it's coming from. That they can't even identify the father. It's happening. Just in case you don't know. You know, this, yes, they go meet somebody out there. So it's a lot of atrocities that's happening with our young ladies in particular because they're more vulnerable to this issue we're talking about, right? At least a man, if he's coming from here and you know, but when it comes to women, they are much more vulnerable and they are usually at that age where they don't realize that they have a lot to lose. I'm talking 24, 25, 26. They don't realize that there's a lost decade that's going to happen. And before they know it, they're 35 and they now share a child with somebody they don't have that they don't even know oftentimes, or they're not even sure. A lot of that is happening. Just watch in the next 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to see more and more stories like that coming out. So it's crazy, you know. So but I've been watching them for probably more than a decade too. Them, you know, not just that December, by the way. I've seen people done it successfully. They go to Nigeria. If there's no reasonable people around, they go hang out in Nigeria. They meet a young man, and I've seen authentic. I've also seen situation that is a fraud, that the person actually met them here. So it's not even dirty December only. The person actually came in with student visa, but find a young girl, you know, did their and then before they do, they're planning a life together. And of course, in due time, the true color of that relationship will show up. You know, so there's a lot of those kind of things going on. So we want to just pretend there's nothing we can do about this, that people are just there to pretend to turn you to victim. We'll be lying to ourselves. Okay, there's a lot you can do about this. First of all, vetting. Uncle Beno, can you speak to vetting?
Absolutely. Although in a place like Nigeria, vetting is kind of difficult, if you know what I mean. It's not like America where you can literally, you know, somebody's schedule, you know where they work, and
You can
things
check
like
their
that.
LinkedIn page.
In Nigeria, it's different because some of the people you even want to contact, if you're going to do your vetting, you're going to have to speak with people, right? You want to talk to their friends, their sister, their brother.
Yeah.
The craziest part is that the people you want to speak with, some of them are in on the game.
Yeah, hey, they say our wife. Our wife. They all know what time it is. They're saying our wife to about 5 other girls.
I'm telling you, MOP.
Yeah.
In my line of side hustle, in my media side hustle, I've covered wedding whereby the husband have his wife in the wedding. The wife is in attendance. It's part of the people preparing for the wedding. The wife pretended to be sister to the groom. No? So, if you want to vet people, in Nigeria, it's difficult. That's why what I usually recommend for sisters, I don't know if you were following me and Okudayo when we are doing this series, real high-valued men. Uncle Dayo and I, we used to have that segment. We did a couple of shows on that.
Was that part of the Sunday school? I know you guys did the Sunday school. Was that part of the Sunday school?
No. It's not even Sunday school. It's a show on its own. It's just me and Uncle Dayo. Yeah, he will be my guest, and then we will just talk about how to be men, how to treat women, how to move, and all of that. Can you still hear me?
Uncle Beno want to cast in. Sorry.
They say I do.
They say I'm up in a doctor. They say all end up in a doctor. Adama tell us say she did go her 25th wedding anniversary for Bora Bora. She did invite us. Is that the Bora Bora you're talking about? Or we're talking about something else?
That is how Bora Bora. That is how Bora Bora came to be. Shout out to my lovely sister, Dr. Adama. She's the one that said she's gonna do her wedding anniversary at Bora Bora. So
Yeah, in your Lego, I go talk to you behind the scene. Because I'm going to update me to return shout out and sing. But anyway, continue, Uncle Bello, continue.
MOP, you suppose don't know me now. My own thing is simple. I know they get enemy. You know, my life is simple. If you cross
Don't
me, you
worry.
make me angry, I react. After that, is gone. You know,
I like it.
I have a very, very simple life.
I like you that way. I like you that way.
Yeah.
This
After
life
that,
did
is
too
gone.
short to get enemy. This life did too short.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Baba. So if person stress me too much, I kukuma leave you. I do my own thing. I don't get problem with anybody, and that's why I usually said, if you do me wrong, and your mind tell you say, be like say this is where I do. If he piss Uncle Ben awful, and you see me not talking about it, the best thing to do is either you call me, chat me up about it. If I'm not talking about it, I already have my reservation. By my own nature, I know they keep something for Bele. That's why I love my wife to the moon. We've both understood each other. If anything happen, I keep quiet, it's dangerous. But if anything happen and I don't begin to shout, my voice not the loud, no say nothing to it. I just want us to resolve it and move on. So shout out to my sister.
And your wife, and your wife, and your wife. Uncle Vero, this comment from Duchess. Shout out to Duchess. Duchess say, Uncle Ola, a friend told me that he hates Dirty December because the married man got HIV during the Dirty December and gave it to his wife. True story in Alberta. And according to the man, it was once. All it takes is once, guy. But HIV, Uncle Beno.
Yes, now. Currently now, we have a HIV epidemic in Houston and Atlanta.
I heard.
I believe you are aware of it ahead.
I heard, yeah.
So, and this is where I usually tell fellow men that if you really understood the benefit of sticking to one partner, you will find it hard sleeping with someone else. You know why? Everybody, I used to say this. I know say my sisters go fight me for this now. When it comes to this health matter, everybody carry one thing they waka.
Which
but
matter?
No be
wait,
say,
which you said earth? What do you mean
health-wise.
Oh, health. Okay, health.
Health-wise.
Okay.
Health-wise. Nobody is 100% clean. There is always something. But the thing is, if whatever condition the person is dealing with is not deadly and not contagious, we won't know. But you drink this one, you eat that one, you go toilet for here, you do that one for here. Somehow, some things might day. So for me, I've always said that, look, as a man, be faithful to your wife. Don't worry, just stick to your wife. Because if you weigh the consequences of sleeping with someone else outside and what may likely come of it, nobody need to tell you for you to know that it better mean you stick to your wife. Because if your wife is the only person you are messing with, if anything happen, you don't need to say to tell you say where you carry this one. You already know say now only one place are they chop from. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that is why it's so painful to women when they contracted all these venereal diseases, knowing fully well that they are not messing around. There is nothing the husband want to say about that. It's coming from you, bro. So that's why I always say, look, stick to
plus usually
woman.
it's a second it's a confirmation, because they could tell the kind of lifestyle, or they are at least suspicious already of his lifestyle. So if you are a person who we know where you are at any point in time, you have your lifestyle is straightforward, and then you see infection, the last thing they want to do, they might be like, this is kind of weird, right? But usually it's not the HIV case. let's just say usually that's not the case. So if there's kind of like if every other day somebody's having to treat themselves of infection, then there's a problem somewhere. You know?
So talking about all these things, men going to Nigeria and bringing gonorrhea and many other things from Nigeria, it just shows that man is not disciplined and he lacks self-control. Look, Baba, make I dey vulnerable here. anytime I enter Nigeria, I don't sleep in my hotel room alone.
Who they sleep there with you?
My younger brother will either be
Oh,
there
okay.
or my buddy, my friend will be there. They know they can
Okay.
testify.
Okay.
If they get to see
He said, I know they sleep alone. I was waiting for where you going with this. No, wait.
No.
No, I get it. Your
It is
younger
what it
brother,
is.
you're always there with your younger
So
brother. That
either
makes
my
sense.
younger brother
Mhm.
or my friend. People are always around. But in my hotel,
me too.
whichever
Me too.
hotel I am,
Yeah.
I'm always there with either my friend or my brother.
Now it's
In most
even
cases,
beyond what we're talking about right now. It's safer that you have people around you, especially people that are normally in Nigeria on a normal day.
mhm,
You need to have people around you on any day. It's safer, it's better. Even here, why would they? If they, I know they go club anymore, but let's say one of my boys called me and they want to hang out or something, we'll go to a bar or something. That's it. We're always with people. We don't just go and sit down in the bar by yourself. That's weird and that's dangerous. How much more in Nigeria? So
people don't get it. I remember one time, I think it was on my show, when I said that, look, anytime I want to go club, I dey always carry my wife the waka. My wife is not a social animal where they do when weekend. No. But sometimes I just say, babe, may we just go, may we just see what they happen. I took my wife to club one time. I think it was maybe early last year or something. That club hangout, it was supposed to be boys hangout, me and my buddy then. As I want to come out, I don't tell my wife for like almost a week, say, babe,
a gentleman's
go
club.
club. No. It's
Okay.
just regular, all this high stake club.
Gotcha.
For, Austin is the capital of Texas. So we have all these rich angles and places where you can go have fun. The people where they come there now, all these professionals and things like that, but the club can still be wide at times. So that hangout, we were going to go for that hangout, just men only or something. But when I don't see, where did some of my guys when they talk? For like a week, I was begging my wife, I say, babe, I want to enter club this Saturday. What do you do? Maybe we go now. Just, I beg, leave me. Don't even involve me. I say, babe, we'll go. She didn't want to go. But my spirit was just telling me, say, carry this woman, follow body. So, because you don't want to go, now I contact her, babe, tomorrow at the enter club, I go shy you like mad. And my madam, no, they like to hear that one. Say, what do you mean you shy? I say, I want to go flex now. I go shy you like, say, tomorrow, no day. Now she say, okay, I'm coming with you. The bottom line is, when we go sometimes, they follow us go anywhere. She go just sit down, or sometimes if you want to dance, I'll say, oh yeah, come on, go. I think she only dance like twice. You do that again because once she reach, all this Mama Jason at times, he get out their things they be. But I'm just saying that look, as a man, you need to know your weakness. You need to know how to protect yourself so that you can protect your partner. I am not saying maybe I'm a holy person, but I'm just saying once you have a wife, all this I'm traveling to Nigeria, make I go flex or something. What if you go carry something come from that Nigeria, you can carry and give your woman?
Yeah.
It's crazy, Baba. It's crazy.
Yeah, so many people are indulging in that, and many of them, they have no reasons, no business, nothing. Many of them, their parents is even here, their family is here, but they still won't go. So I don't know why they won't go. Anyway, to each his own. We just warning everybody, so that you can know that the idle mind is the devil's playground. Even if you consider yourself a have self-discipline, okay, good luck.
You just have to.
You become an easy target. There are girls out there that they too, they want JAPA. If they don't want JAPA, they want your money. There are obviously men out there, they want to JAPA, and the foreign accent thing is real. You can see them on the Nollywood movies. They never reach airport before, but their accent is smoother than those of us that have been here for decades. Because they're watching this stuff on TV, and some of them they're getting training. There are classes to learn accents on Udemy.
I think one of my sisters was sharing it in our backstage one day. I think it was Sister Biba. People were saying that in some of these private schools in Nigeria, diction is a big deal. That
Before,
they really teach
don't know?
them how to speak. Hey, Baba, you know, say we where we go Paco school like this. What you concern us with this show? We where we they take Yoruba
Why
learn
they call
English.
you never do oral English for school?
Now Yoruba we they take learn right. MOP, no carry my business come out of.
Yeah, the oral English.
Now Yoruba we they take learn English.
No, but besides
Baba.
oral English, in Lagos, that school where they commit one atrocity, one kid by the other time. That school, Greenland or something like that. They have special classes where they teach the kids how to.
Of course now.
And they teach them. Don't get it twisted, though. But there are people that are self-taught.
Oh my God. See, MOP, man, no carry my business come out. Man, just give you this small thing. No laugh me. Oh. Did you know that my second daughter,
Yeah.
once she starts speaking, maybe in brother piece am up and she
You
won't
understand?
explain what happened. I know they understand what they do.
Me too now, me too.
Because-
I said, can you speak our accent? Me, I would do like my eyes. I did like, can you speak my accent? Don't you think like why are you slurring your words? Can you speak my accent? And they will start looking at me like I'm being mean. I was like, no, I need to speak outside to hear you. I don't get
see, MOP, even worse because that my middle daughter, her own school different from the one where in senior sister go. Her school, they have more white and all this Asian and other races students there. Even many of her friends now white, Asian. I think she only have one black friend or something. So when she is speaking like this, me and her, they fight for house because they correct me all the time, and I go lose my shit. I'll be like, "Will you listen to what I'm saying?" Say, Dad, just calm down, Dad.
They
You
don't
gotta
do
say
huh?
it this way.
They do huh? They do huh?
No, now my side chick they do huh?
Huh?
Now me, now my senior baby they do huh?
How will you do huh too? I born you.
MOP leave me
All your
Joe.
life you do huh? I'm telling you. Oh my God.
So, our ladies, once they see guy where they speak for the diction, you know.
They don't carry them away. Hey.
Oh, I love it when he speaks. And I'll just be like, Auntie, why you won't go buy market like this? You love it when he speak. When you enter this marriage, this speaking no go mean anything again. No.
Baba go switch to pidgin straight.
Just you hear for the story where you read now.
Yeah,
Is
now.
that when the man the main phone call, he switch, Abby?
He switch.
Okay now.
So the guy no even feel pretend all day while she's going to work. Dumb.
No. These sisters, they don't want Ajepako like us, MOP.
No.
We are too local for their standard. They want a Jimai Koransinua. Oh yeah.
We need more authentic brothers. We need more we need more competent brothers across the board, especially in Yankee, because our sisters sometimes they are left with no choice than to go to Nigeria and go and see if they can find something. They go on TV, they see the Ebukas, they see the Igwes, they see the the clean ones, the bank abuse, and so they're thinking maybe there's a chance in Nigeria, They're thinking that then maybe they say even Adekunle Gold, right? Adekunle Gold is a decent guy, It's like maybe God will do my own too in Nigeria. I say you never know, right? But it's true, you never know. But you need to shine your eyes. But I was talking about vetting, ladies. My conclusion is that you cannot vet by yourself. I'm sorry, you don't have the capacity to vet for yourself.
MOP, preach it, Baba. Made the year.
There's certain things about us men we know who is full of shit, we know who is not. Okay, if you find a person that you really feel strongly about, I have a few clients that I've helped through that process, and sometimes it can be tricky. And you all you want to do is look out for red flags, and that's the problem, because you don't look for red flag, you go see red everywhere, and that's not how to vet. If all you're doing is looking all over the place for red flag, that's not how to vet. And now you end up in dirty December. You say sexual liberation is just for the weekend, and then you're stuck with the person who knows how to speak hasn't. You don't know how to vet. Yes, I'm saying I'm generalizing across the board. You need you need somebody, somebody you look up to, a man, a competent man, a married man who has been there, done that. Maybe your brothers. If your brother is not married, but is your brother, that's okay. You can start from there. If you have like a brother who is out to protect you, they're not gonna. If they know you like the person, they're not just gonna chew the person and eat them out, or they're not gonna do that. They're going to take their time to understand them. Go look at the story of how Uncle Beno. I don't know if you listened to Michelle Obama's story, how she vetted, how she got Barack Obama vetted.
No, I haven't watched that.
Everybody should go and watch it. I'll butcher it a little bit. But what she did is that she took Barack Obama to the father and the brother. And the father said you should take him out to go and play basketball. And, you know, people's true colors show up when they are in those games, when they are playing one-on-ones on a small basketball field, you know, anywhere where their emotions can be charged, so you can see the true colors of who they are. But of course, in addition to that, you observe them over a period of time. But I'm saying it with my full chest. I don't think women can vet for themselves. And many of them are doing that today because they are in this spirit of what a man can do, a woman can do better. And that's not relevant to what I'm talking about. It's irrelevant. Okay. You might ask, because you want to compete now, and say, so can a man vet? Even that one is questionable because a lot of men are soft these days. So many of them need to really run things by wise counsel before they make crazy choices. Bring them around. Don't do eloping. Don't elope with people. Don't do Onyeka. Did you know that Onyeka actually married that man without talking to the father in the same town?
Uh-huh.
She did. She married the dude without talking to the father.
That's what they do now. And to that one, I said, if any boy try that thing with me, they go sabi us for this social media.
With your image,
this social media, you go marry my pikin without my consent. They go know us for this social media. You will arrest me tire. One good thing is that I'm not a guy who is ever afraid of going back to Nigeria. Even my madam know. Anything.
They no go take you back. They lock you up here. They're not taking you back to anywhere. They will lock. If you do anything crazy, they will lock you up here. Don't try anything.
That's why I go run to Nigeria. Now Nigeria I go there when I go begin the threatening them.
Oh, you go run first.
I go run first.
Yeah. So, and I'm saying that to them because they're the most vulnerable, and and society doesn't allow them to just create children all over the place because they'll be the first to shame themselves on this single mother thing too. So I'm telling you, if you find somebody that you like, of course, get to know them, date them. If you start to get serious, have wise counsel vet them for you. The vetting is not to completely disqualify them. It's to find out if there's room for there's some things for them to learn before you take any step further. Because we know coconut head, go listen self anyway. Yes.
One time I think we were having a live show. I don't know, maybe it was Uncle Dayo and I where we were talking about high valued men. And I asked ladies, I'm like, would you marry a man who is predictable or a man who is not predictable?
You know why?
Baba, majority of my sisters say they would rather marry a man who is unpredictable.
Of course.
Surrender.
Of course.
I gave up.
Of
You
course.
want to marry a man who is unpredictable.
Because the same woman who likes certainty, she also likes variety. You see number 2 on my screen.
You know too much. I just go on, Baba.
She also like variety, right? This is where men will say, "Hey, what do you mean? You also like variety?" Yeah, exactly. Right? Most men will say, "No be juju."
No be juju be that.
This is the reality, but it's how attraction works. Attraction is a very weird thing, over a period of time. Boredom is a real thing. Men resent the idea that women are dumping men left and right, all in the name of happiness. Men resent it.
Yeah, so see, Baba MOP, since we are on this topic, maybe we just talk about this one, even if it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better for a woman to marry a predictable man or a non-predictable man?
So I think it is in the nature of a woman to eventually want things to be gingered up. A predictable man is not necessarily a good thing all in itself. Just like an unpredictable man is not necessarily a good thing, right? A predictable man is also the man who is a good guy, right? And he thinks he deserves the world and love because he's a good guy. And unfortunately, attraction, especially in the long run, does not work like that, right? So a man must be able to say, no, she wants security, certainty. She wants you to show up a certain way. She wants a solid man. In other words, predictable for the most part, right? But sometimes you throw in a little bit of, so a little wrenchy side of the thing to shake things up. Say, hey, babe, we're going out. Hey, babe, we're going to a date. Hey, babe, I'll take you on a trip next weekend. Can you keep the calendars open? Things like that. Is the shoki lobby, even if you overdo that, that becomes predictable, right? Right? That's what Will Smith, that was the problem that Will Smith was running into. He would throw lavish stuff. Eventually, the girl say, this is about your ego, because that becomes predictable too. You see what I'm saying? So just changing things up sometimes is what women want. But of course, men are now expecting women to be able to communicate that clearly, the way I just said it. No, it's a function of over a period of time. Are you just sleeping on that same couch with your belly up and your boxers are smelling, and we already know where you're going to wake up to, where you're going to die? You just go back to your table. You're working remotely, so it's okay for your balls to be smelling. Of course, she doesn't want that. So when you see a woman that's seasoned, they're able to tell you that, no, I don't want predictable, right? You might see someone say, I want predictable. That woman to don't know what they say, right? Because at the end of the day, all of us, in fact, this thing that I just posted on the screen is actually a human thing. We want certainty, but we also like variety, which is why we marry women opposite of us. We create sexual polarity, right? It changes it up. We see, we set the tone. We walk in straight line as men, but a woman will make it a home, and she keeps changing things around. She makes it beautiful, right? It's like a painting. So the answer is not straightforward, Uncle Beno. It's both, okay? But the unpredictability is an occasional thing, right? It just makes life a lot more exciting, right? But women are much more connected with that side of our brain where they don't want to wake up in the same side of the bed all the time, But in the same token, they like that security. They want to look at you and feel safe with you, and that comes precisely from predictability. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I got you.
yeah.
I got you. For me, when I speak about unpredictability and being predictable, it's more, it has a lot to do with character and behavioral patterns. Because I do believe that if you are with a partner that you can predict their character, you can predict their reaction, you can have a clue as to how they're going to react to certain things, that actually gives you an edge, and it gives you the power to know how you walk around them. You see what I'm saying now?
I see what you're saying.
It's not about, or maybe we are throwing surprise party or things like that. No, my own predictability theory is coming from a place of behavioral patterns. Let me give you an example now.
No, before your example,
Okay.
hopefully you're pulling your example from that conversation. Did you take the time to understand where they were coming from? What context did those ladies say, hey, we don't like predictable men? What context were they saying it in? Then maybe it's in your example too. Go ahead.
Okay, I think for women who said they don't like men who are predictable, they are just looking at the aesthetics, at what they want for themselves.
Yes.
And maybe in terms of life events, oh, I want you to surprise me. But this is deeper than that. This comes from a place of talking about longevity, talking
a
about
life
a
partner.
relationship that lasts. Exactly. And You may not agree with me because I'm not an expert in this field of relationship, okay? But this is what I've come to conclude, that many couples who have great marriages, they are able to predict their partner. I give you an example. My beautiful sister, Lola, you've been with her like forever. You as a man, you and I, we are in the same boat, Baba. We know my wife don't want things done like this. My wife don't like if I move this way. My wife don't like it when I speak to her this way. At the same time, the woman also know that no, my husband though, if I approach my husband this way, he's not gonna like it. If I bring this thing up to my husband like this, he will probably not be interested. And whether we want to admit it or not, this predictability is the reason why we are loving our partners and we stayed married. Because predictability kind of give you a clue as to what are the walls and boundaries around my partner. What are the lines that my partner do not expect me to cross? What are the the areas, or what are the behavioral expectations that my partner wanted or expected from me? Because this is what makes us gel, right? Because from my own personal experience, if I know that, okay, this woman no like making things be like this, and I go ahead and do those things that she frowns at, that is me flaming the fire. Shall you feel me now? So the conversation about predictability, it runs deep, and I think people are missing it, Baba. That's why this
in
lady,
fact, Uncle Beno, first of all,
You're right.
you're right. Okay. And I'll tell you why you're right. Okay. Remember what I said, right? Uncle Beno, it's a dual-edged sword. Like everything, like every concept we can talk about when it comes to marriage, it's a double-edged sword. What you're talking about is long-term. Okay. And you're right. Stability, boredom. Let me even shock you. Boredom, right? As in like something they boring. That's related to stability. That's related to longevity. Let me even shock you, Uncle Beno. Are you there with me, Uncle Beno? You don't mute. Let me even shock you. You know, success comes from boredom. It comes from boring the same thing over and over again. That's why we have systems, right? When you look at machines and systems, they do the same thing over and over and again, right? When we look at yourself, the way you operate in your office, sometimes you just like to switch things around because you're a human being, right? And why do we leverage machines? Why do we leverage systems? Because we know that system, that we know the secret to success is predictability. In business and engineering, we call it scalability, right? We want repetition that we can rely on to show up all the time in that same manner because it creates the same result over and over again. This is what we as humans, this is what we leverage, you know? But when it comes to interaction with another human being, we need to be careful. And especially when it comes to a marriage, right? Because, you know, Okubeno, let me ask you a question, Okubeno. Where do you think C finish come from? You understand the concept of C finish? Where do you think it comes
yes,
from?
no. I think C finish come from when you are used
Predictability or unpredictability? It comes from predictability, right?
if you put it that way. But that's why I said it runs deeper than that. And if you allow me, I feel explain briefly.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Now, you know MOP. I know you are a professional at this, okay? The way people will approach you is different from how they will approach me. The advice you will give people is different from the advice I will give people to some extent.
Stop
okay?
whining us, Jared. You give good advice. Stop whining us. Stop
I
it.
don't think so. My advice is always
Stop
Agbero
it.
advice. I swear.
Stop
I know
it.
they see. I know
Stop
they see
it.
comment. If
Stop it.
sister Natu or sister Marriott or Toby and Tribe, if then they here now, make
Uh-huh.
make I go find my laptop. I need to see the comment. If then they here now, they go tell you say I be Baba Wiri. Okay, I cannot give solid advice like you.
But
My advice is
why do you think they like you that
yeah,
way,
no.
Uncle Beno? I think you just gave me a solid example. Not to pick on you. Why do you think they like you that way?
I think they just love me naturally. Oh. I think they just like me naturally.
Pick
Because me,
one.
self, I know say
Do they like you because you're predictable or unpredictable? Pick one.
I think they like me because I'm predictable. That's what I would say.
So it depends. So there's context, right? There's layers to it, right? They know they're going to see Uncle Beno a couple of times a week on the show, and they know that you're funny and you're going to make them laugh. But that funny make them laugh thing, in its very nature, is unpredictable. It is not boring. That's a real thing. So again, you have to break it down to the granular bits of it, right? Human beings are complex.
I get it, Baba. If we are using that example, let's even take shows, for example, now. For me, I think why these my lovely sisters, why they kind of like, I said it all the time that I think they are tolerating me. You supposed to know me better than anybody else. My coconut head too much. For instance, I think after a while they realized that it's like they almost know what I would say. I remember we did a show. It be like saying that me and you do that show, Seth. And we were talking about a topic, and I was agreeing with you, and they were struggling with the fact that I was agreeing with you.
It didn't make sense to them.
because they can predict me. They were expecting that Uncle Ben will not see what Ola is saying, that this is the fact. He will go the other way. So when I agree with you, it was like a shocker.
That's unpredictable, right?
Yes, but at the same time, that is how predictability works. Because now they've been able to read me to some extent, like, but boy, he will not see what people are saying. No.
Yeah.
Now, if you bring that into relationship, MOP, any woman that has stayed married, go and ask them. If Baba do this research, any woman that stayed married to a man that cherishes them, love them, and they are having an amazing time, they can predict their husband.
No, it's not. It's not that. You have to break it down. You're right, but you have to break it down.
Okay,
let me break it down and then correct me. Let me break it down and then correct me. Okay.
All right.
They find their husband reliable. That's what you're talking about. They find emotional security with their husband. That's what you're talking about. Their life have a structure. That's what you're talking about. There's also a sense of loyalty and honesty. They know what they're dealing with on any given day. That's what you're talking about. But these same ladies you're talking about, if they've stayed in it long enough, they've also found ways to mitigate boredom. Okay, meaning their life is not boring. Okay, and it's not just routine. Day to day is routine, but it's not just routine. When you look at the grand scheme of things, they also don't think their husband is complacent. A lot of men are complacent, right? See finish is what we're talking about now, right? They still have respect for their husband, regardless of the number of years, right? Because once they start losing respect, that sometimes is linked to predictability. Then lack of presence, they don't feel that, right? They don't feel that. Also, see finish again, taking for granted. They don't feel like their husband is taking them for granted, right? Because see finish is directly linked. Again, we're talking, I think when you talk about morals and character, Uncle Beno, you're making it about right and wrong, unfortunately. Those things, yes, a woman will want you to be predictable. They don't want to find out that they are with like a thief or a scam artist or something like that. They don't want to find out something like they were with the hush puppy, right?
No, MOP, I don't see it like that too. The predictability.
Oh, you said character. You said character.
Yes, the predictability I'm talking about is solely it focus on behavioral patterns and character. That's the predictability I'm talking about. I'll give you an example now.
It's focused on what? Character and what?
He focused on character and behavioral pattern.
Behavioral. Okay. Yes.
I'll
okay.
give you an example now.
Mhm.
A woman received a call from her best friend, and the best friend say, "Ha, babe, I see your husband. They enter one hotel with one girl. Oh. He put his hand for the girl waist to. Both of them are entering the hotel."
Uh-huh.
And the woman responded by saying, "Are you sure my husband is the person you saw?
Right.
This person can't be my husband." It turns out the person the friend saw that was entering the hotel got the same height, wear the same clothes like her husband, walk like her husband, but she was looking at that man and the girl from behind. And guess what? It turns out the husband was actually at home with the wife. Now, what do you think makes the wife says, "This is not my husband. I don't think the person you saw is my husband"? First of all, the husband is at home, right? I'll give you another example. Police arrested a man and they charged the man for stealing. Maybe due to some controversy at work and things like that. And the wife said, "Hell no. My husband can never be involved in stealing.
Right.
I know my husband." No. This case, even if everybody deserted my husband, I'm going to stick right there with my husband. Two things are involved here. First of all, the woman trusted her husband. Why did she trust her husband? Because over the years, this woman already knew the type of person her husband was, based on his character and his behavioral patterns. That is example number 2. Example number 3. A man was told that his wife, let's say the man is in US, the wife is in Nigeria, and he was told that, your wife, is anything happening? Every day, now church, your wife, they go. Every time, church.
Right.
And the husband says, "Oh, if na church matter, forget to, that's my wife. She and church na 5 and 6 because my wife is a prayer warrior." Where is all that coming from? It comes from trust. And that trust is coming based on the fact that knowing that person very well, these are the behavioral patterns. So now it all means, if you put the 3 examples together, it all means that these partners, they can predict their spouses to some extent. So
Let me
that's
ask you
the
a
point I'm
question.
making.
Let me
That's
ask you
why
a question.
predictability go deeper than just looking at it from on the surface level.
No, I'm actually
Yes, go
agreeing
ahead,
with you.
Baba.
I'm just telling you it's a dual-edged sword. Let me ask you a question. Is trust always a good thing in a romantic relationship?
Absolutely. 100%.
Now, let me ask you the other question. Is predictability always a good thing in a romantic relationship?
I will say 100% too, because
What if you...
predictability. Okay.
I have a follow-up question. What if you are predictably harmful?
It's still a good thing.
What if you are predictably vicious with your mouth? Verbal abuse all the time. Like we know as they come inside the house, your mouth go nya, 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 over your wife.
MOP.
What if you are predictably
still...
all of the worst things in the world?
MOP.
No, it's a question.
To me, predictability is a good thing. If you can't predict somebody, don't marry them. MOP, Baba. Let me just make it a little bit about you and I for a minute. No. I'm not. No, Baba, I'm not twisting it. This is a lovely conversation, to be frank. Let me give you a little bit of what I meant by my own predictability.
Okay.
My sister Lola, your wife, your beautiful wife, she go to her business, her work every day.
Yes.
You, Baba, you yourself, you be hustler. Your own hustler pass my own. Make I tell you now. My own, your own even worse. You feel disappear
If
in
you
1
say
month.
so.
Then you go the hustle, they find money.
Unpredictably a disappearing act.
You feel
Oh
go
my
1
God.
month. Yes, now. And I really love that about you. Because you are a great guy. You take care of your children, everybody. And you be hustler.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
why I
you.
love you the most. Honestly. My spirit move with hustler because me myself I be hustler. Anything a
bro.
man can do to
Man
make
must
sure
work
his
too.
family is fine.
Yes, bro.
As far as whatever you are doing, your family is okay. You be my
If I no
party
see
as
work,
a
I
man.
go. If I no see work, I go drive Uber. I go drive taxi self.
Whoa.
I go do
MOP,
concrete. You know, I go do what do they call it? You know the laborer back in the days. That's my worst nightmare. But I know I will do it if I have to. But that's my worst nightmare.
Baba, that's why you and I will gel.
Yeah.
Me, I love men who do whatever it takes to make sure their children, their wife is fine. That is just me because that is what I do in my own life too. If your wife and your children are fine, the family is okay.
All
You
is
feel
well.
me now?
Yes,
So
yes.
bringing it to the conversation we are having now, Baba. Sometimes your job takes you away, 1 month away. My sister will hold it down. And my sister is not bothered that Ola has disappeared again. Hey, this 1 month where Ola go. Ola don't they do one thing. But still, my wife knows that hey, she Ola, forget that man. No. As he go do in hustle, so now that house he do. We they see you now. Even sometimes when you come live for your hotel room, I go just the live say,
You know,
this
see
man.
the connection. The connection. Now struggle
No.
streaming.
Exactly. So I just say, oh, see this man,
I
because of the
just
love
left
of-
some nasty reviews for those hotels on that connection. Because normally my connection they do okay, but this last one was
I
just
know
terrible.
now.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that for that 1 month or 2 months that you are away, my sister knew that if it were left for you and the rest of women, the way we like pleasure and leisure, you wouldn't have taken that journey to go to those horrible places to go and work. But you have to do it. And she's still happy because she knows you are doing it for them. That is the predictability I'm talking about. The least thing for her to worry about is that, oh, one guy go crawl, enter Ola room. That's the predictability I'm talking about because she has been with you.
What you're talking
She
about is
knows
trust.
you.
Uncle Benno, what you're talking about is trust.
That trust comes from predictability. I'll give you another example.
So
I
you're
don't know
right.
if
You're right about that, but not all predictability leads to trust. Is what I'm telling you.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
and
what
not
I'm
all
pointing-
predictability leads to complacency. See finish, and that obviously is not a good result in a marriage. So
absolutely,
the argument
you are
we're
right.
making na English argument. Okay, we agree
Exactly.
that
But what
predictability
I'm
leads to
saying
trust.
is this. What I'm saying is this. If you can predict a man, your stress over that man is limited. You will not be shocked. And that is why I think many of our women, many of our ladies are making that mistake. If you are married to a man you cannot predict, today he's here, tomorrow he's there. There are some women right now that their husband are not at home. If you call them and ask them, where is your husband? They would say, I don't know.
They say he's very busy. God have mercy.
I don't know. And at the same time, there are some women you will call and say, where is your husband? They will tell you, if my husband no date this place, he go date this place. And when you check, the husband go date there. That's what I'm saying.
Let me read something to you and tell me what you agree or disagree with. Okay. Predictability is the ingredient. Trust is the result. Predictability serves as the raw data that allows trust to be built. Predictable behavior. Your partner's actions are consistent and aligned with their promises. This establishes certainty. Remember, I pointed out certainty earlier, right? For example, if your partner consistently manages their pride or ego and avoids the 10 poisons like shaming and condemnation, this is predictable good behavior. Number two, trust is earned, right? Trust is earned. over the mid to long term, over a long period of time. Observing this positive, predictable behavior allows you to let down your guard and make yourself vulnerable. The belief that the behavior will continue is a belief, right? That the behavior will continue even when circumstances change is trust. Now, for example, because your partner has been predictably reliable, it's not just predictability, it's predictably reliable. You trust them to navigate an inevitable crisis with patience, with prayer, if it gets very rough sometimes in marriage, right? Rather than resorting to emotional insult. Okay. Now, here's the critical distinction. It's a matter of intent versus action. Intentions are overrated. I say that all the time. We all mean well, right? At least most of us. But a key point is that a person can be predictable without being trustworthy, and vice versa. Example, predictably harmful. A toxic person can be predictably mean. They predictably deploy sarcasm or blame. While their behavior is certain, you would never trust them to support your well-being. Trust is more so to your overall well-being, right? Secondly, trustworthy but unpredictable. A spontaneous, this is what the ladies are talking about, Uncle Beno. A spontaneous, non-traditional partner might not have a predictable schedule, variety, the second human need, right? But you can still trust their commitment and fidelity because their core character, which is what you're bringing into this, and their intent are reliable. You kind of know that he means well, even though he's going to pop out of a cake, right? In essence, trust is the feeling that a person will predictably choose to do the right thing for you and the relationship, even when it's inconvenient. Do you disagree with any of that?
Okay, MOP. I do not disagree with all of that, but all I'm just saying is that all I'm saying is that if you are with somebody, you can predict their behavioral pattern. It helps you know them better. It helps you know their do's and don'ts. That's all I'm saying. So if at any time I have to advise any couple about getting married, my advice will always be like, marry somebody you can predict. Because
you can predict.
if you can predict their reaction, that in itself will help you to know how to walk and move around them. That's just
I think
I'm saying.
all of us in the Prestige and the Real family, we trust your intent. Regardless of the words we use, Uncle Beno, we trust that you mean well always, and that's why we've learned to take our time to listen to you. Remember when you told me that it takes time to even understand me too, right? Because the ordinary person, if they hear me in one show, they could just feel like I be man enemy, I be woman rapper. But after I drag a Oyeka, they will not like, hey, let me listen a little bit more. Maybe because they are in their feelings. Okay. Trust is a function of time. I think anything that doesn't take time, we should be careful with it. But I agree with you to a small extent. I just feel like people can be predictably, like people use predictability to normalize bad behavior. Like that's also predictability. And that's not necessarily, oh, you came back in. Should I remove the other one? Yes, I will. You did it?
Yeah, I did hear, Baba.
Yeah. So some people, their wife actually find them predictable. Like they know their behavior.
Verse. My wife don't come back, so I did look her face while my laptop is in front of me.
Make her leave you because me too. I want it's been 2 hours. Uncle Beno, thank you so much. This was a great conversation. I think many people will benefit from it. Because many people will benefit from it. And then I guess the lessons to our sisters is very simple as you cannot vet for yourself. Stop it. It's actually very simple. Yeah. Duchess is supporting you. Duchess says, Uncle Ben, you're right until you get hit with betrayal.
No, absolutely. Duchess is right. But all I'm just saying is that if you are with somebody, you can predict what they will do. It helps a lot. It goes a very long way to make sure you have a fulfilling relationship, a fulfilling marriage. If you ask me to tomorrow, should I marry somebody I can predict?
But you're a man now, Uncle Beno. You're a man.
Yeah, but I'm telling
that makes
you,
sense to me that you are adamant about this.
No. I'm saying that to women, I see that where they have lapses mostly is because some of them end up with people they can't.
I see what you mean. They are chasing after variety and then they end up in a ditch.
If we bring it back to this lady's story that you shared, if this lady is somebody who can predict that man's behavior, she wouldn't end up where she ended up until she heard him speaking on the phone. That man would have been doing a whole lot of things that should have warned her ahead of time. For instance, people who actually have wives in Nigeria and they are married to women here in America, and they are loyal to that woman in Nigeria. You will be seeing the way they are acting around their phone.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying now? You and I, MOP, are not there your house, but I can bet 1,000%. When you drop your phone anywhere, you don't care.
Me, I sleep like a baby.
I don't live in your house, but I can tell. It's because I can predict you to some extent.
No, but my phone is locked.
Your wife can open your phone.
But
I can bet that
she doesn't open my phone, so she might. I don't know if she remembers. I share, like I've said it here numerous times. We've shared our password, but we don't ever go in our own phones. We have to remind ourselves if we need to go. And in all those years, we barely change any password or locks. But because we never go inside of it, we always have to remind. Can you remind me that password again? If we ever have to go in the phone.
Because your wife knows you, you know your wife. It's the same thing with me. I remind my wife my password almost every time. My password, my children, everybody, through my computer, everybody knows my password.
He was saying my password. How do you know that? He said, "Oh, because I know." I was like, "Fuck you."
You see, my children know my password all the time. My wife is the only one I have to remind every time of her password. Even me myself, I don't know my wife's password. Even sometimes she gets irritated. Sometimes when I have to say, "Babe, send this to me for WhatsApp," and you'll be like, "I bet leave me my phone there upstairs." I go look at the phone.
But that's
don't
trust.
know the password.
That's trust, Uncle Beno. We don't have to use that word. We don't have to use predictability by force. It's trust. What you are describing is trust.
The thing is this: when you are able to predict somebody to a certain extent, use probability here.
Uncle Beno, you have coconut here though. This word predictability now problem. This predictability word. Our brothers are going to start saying you should like that I'm predictable. Say, no, you're boring. You're boring.
No. Predictability has nothing to do with being boring. Being boring is a different topic on its own. Predictability has much to do with your character. Trust comes from the fact that anytime your partner
consistent behavior.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when your partner knows that this is what my husband or my wife can do under certain situation, and every time you show up, you do that same thing over and over again, they are beginning to trust you now that this is what this person can do under this circumstance. That's why I'm talking about predictability. If you can predict somebody and the person is coming up clean, almost 99% of the time.
You are cheating. Don't add clean. Just say predictability. Okay, if you add clean, that trust you they talk about, that trustworthiness you they talk about. If you're adding clean to it,
see, MOP, trust comes from predictability. That's what I'm saying. If you predict that somebody will do this and they do that, and they continue to do that consistently, now you will trust them to that extent. I don't know if you get me. It's just like
if they make you feel comfortable consistently, you will trust them. The key word is feelings, not necessarily predictable physical behavior. Not necessarily that you show up at 5. Not necessarily is the key word here, right? Because I agree with your context. but the word can easily be misinterpreted because of our brothers. Our ladies need to hear what you're saying, okay? The brothers need to back off from this conversation, because the man will agree with you easily and say yes because he wants to sleep on his stomach and watch football all day long. No, you need to have some spontaneity. You need to understand the ladies, they don't like to be bored. They like varieties as much as they like security. You need to understand that. Don't go there and be arguing with your wife that she just wants to end up like an Olosho in the streets because she's asking that you be spontaneous a little bit. All she's needing is every now and then, once every 3 months, throw in a little bit of something. Because if you do it every day, it becomes predictable too. She just needed a little bit of spice here and there. And you should be open, you should be open-minded to that. The brothers will agree with you. But this is why they collect Uncle Beno. Because
MOP, that is why I said this conversation about predictability is wrong deeper.
Okay.
You are looking at it from the surface level of what women expected. They want you to surprise them. They want you to do this. But I'm speaking to character and behavioral pattern.
Mm-hmm.
If a man can stick to a behavioral pattern and he keep his words, and he keep to his words, the wife will begin to trust him. That's what I'm saying. If you do this one today, tomorrow you do that one. In terms of behavior and consistency, you are confusing your wife. That's all I'm saying. It's not about
confusing the wife. She likes it. She likes it.
No, it's not. Well, if she likes it, well, good for her. But all I'm saying is that your wife should be able to say, this is what my husband can do under these circumstances.
She still can.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I get that. She still can, because the spontaneity is spontaneous for a reason. It comes occasionally. There's the aspect of predictability which you're speaking to, but I'm telling you that the brothers are pushing. This is why they say, this is why they resent when a woman says happiness. No, happiness is a real thing. It is true that happiness is a fleeting behavior, fleeting feelings, right? But it is also true that we all want to be happy. And it's also true that sometimes we're not always happy. All those things are true at the same time. But I think what you're speaking to, Uncle Beno, is trust. Everybody wants to be with the person that they trust. I agree with you.
How do you come up with trust?
Consistent.
Is it not when you know that, hey, you are using my words now, MOP?
Consistency, and I will yield to you and say also predictability. But I'm telling you that predictability is not always the same as trust. Because some people are predictably bad and their wife have normalized it, and now we shock them the day she decides to file for divorce.
Exactly. Why would she file for divorce? Because over the years,
because she was tired, she got tired at some point.
This guy behaved this certain way. That's all I'm saying. Just to round it up from my own angle. If you create time to see if you can predict what your partner will do under certain circumstances, you will get to know your partner better.
I agree with that concept.
But when somebody or someone is expecting unpredictability, you are expecting a shocker on your life. That's how I would just put it. If you cannot invest time to monitor your spouse's behavioral pattern, their character, how they do things, how they want things to be done, how they want to be communicated with, you will lose at the end of the day because they go shock you. But as soon as you invested time to monitor what do they do consistently, in these circumstances, how do they behave? That circumstances, how do they move? Then you now know this is who I'm dealing with. That's what I'm saying. That's why for me, I will always say when it comes to character and behavioral pattern, make sure you can predict your partner. If you can't predict your partner, you are in relationship with a stranger. It means you don't know that person. That's just how I'm going to conclude it. If you can't predict your partner, how they move, how they act, how they will talk, how they handle situations, how they act around finances, how they act when they're in the midst of other people, how they act when they are with you. You are in relationship with a stranger. So you should invest time to understudy them. When this woman wake up in the morning, what does she do first? when she's around her children, how does she want her children to be cared for? How about you? When you move this way, how does she usually react to me? I don't know if you get what I'm saying now. If you invest your time to know your partner to that extent, you will know if you are dealing with a scam. You will know if you are dealing with a
no, I think most people that listen to your full context would definitely agree. It makes sense to get to know your partner. You know, the only thing that I keep saying is when they say they want unpredictable, they don't mean they don't want the kind of predictable you're describing. They're talking about it. It's a different conversation entirely that they're having when they say they like unpredictable, right? It's a whole different conversation. What they're talking about is variety, spontaneity, fun, right? Which I preach a lot. We have a whole chapter in the book Red Flag on fun, right? Which a lot of people forget. And sometimes they will forget that, and their justification is that's not what's important. What is important is character. And then they go collect, you know. So it's like two different conversations, but we need to context. I think you said it yourself. Context really matters. You also call it is deep, right? So I agree that, you know, in real life, let's be honest with ourselves there. Just like you said, in any healthy marriage, is routine. It's routine, Baba. I like clockwork. 7:15. I could see my ringer ringing. They are going to school. Like clockwork. Thank God. I won't say the time they come in. God forbid. Let me just leave it like that. You know. So you know what I'm saying. You know what time? It's a routine, and that's how systems work. You know. So, but when it comes to attraction issues, when attraction starts to get lower in a long-term relationship, we need to pay attention to beyond the obvious stuff like character. Character is baseline. Everybody should have good character. You know, but when your wife starts to see finish each other is boring. She's saying life is boring, or she's not saying it, but she's saying all kind of stuff. But Onkora, maybe they start to pay attention to some other stuff outside of the box. And it's not required that you have to turn your routine to special stuff like what Will Smith was doing. It's just an occasional throw something nice, fun into your routine. Because the reality is still that routine. You know, that's what they're talking about when the ladies are saying that, and a lot of men struggle to understand that, and they mix it all up. Now, can the women also understand some part here? I think they can listen to you, understand. Do you hear that? That men, our life is simple. We just want straightforward, you know, like.
I know.
You know, so
I know. No wahala, Baba.
All right, boss. Let's spend some time with our lady.
My madam don't come. Now my commander in chief.
Yes, yes.
I don't take my mama. They play.
No.
The way when she leave me now, she don't look at my computer. She say now you. Now she leave me alone, Jeje.
Friday night, okay.
All right, Baba.
All right, boss.
I'm gonna take care. Thanks for having me, Baba.
Thanks. Take care. All right. Shout out to Lima. I just wanted to read this comment before we leave. We're going to round up right now. Lima, shout out to Lima. Lima is on the mobile platform. She said, I beg to disagree that in this era and time, it is very difficult to predict any human relationship. Relationships are now transactional, and it makes it difficult to know if you're dealing with a genuine person. Lima, this is a very deep conversation. I actually beg to disagree with you. The only thing I can agree with is maybe your circle, maybe the kind of people you're surrounded, but there are 8 billion of us here, right? And a lot of time just changing your circle, you see different experiences. Sometimes just changing your endeavors, sometimes just changing where you're hanging out, changing the kind of client you hang out with can do wonders. And I understand that's also a very difficult thing too, because the person where you hang out is who you hang out with. It's very difficult to just change your circle. But sometimes just stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone can change your experiences. How do I know? There are 8 billion of us here, you know, and some people are figuring some things out. Relationship being transactional, that's where you get me, because at that point in time, I know you're saying something else entirely. It is not transactional. How do I know? Because we invest long term when it feels good, and we're not always expecting anything back. And sometimes what we're getting back is pure feelings, like feelings such as certainty, not necessarily money, right? We're talking about certainty, we're talking about varieties, we're talking about a sense of significance, just a feel of significance. You feel important by being with this person. Sometimes it's connection. It's not tangible. You can't touch it, right? Because when people say it's transactional, they're talking about money or they're talking about somebody's BBL. It's not true. So a lot of people are just content with some of this stuff that purely operates in a realm of feelings, and at that point it's something that takes time, so we can't call it transaction. Transactional means we exchange goods for goods, and it's not reality. It takes a while for things to play out. And if your relationship feels is transactional, take a step back and start doing for yourself. Self-love, self-respect, self-development. These are things you want to pay attention to. But I know it's an easy talking point that relationship are transactional. Some people say it's just a reality. You're always getting something. I said, no, it is not. Because feelings are involved, and that feelings sometimes they're provisioned over a period of time. So you can't call it transactional. Sometimes you're doing it because you're infatuated. You like this person. You just genuinely like this person. And if you're doing the right thing, it can actually extend over a distant period of time. Sometimes see finish, you enter, and then you feel like you're not getting enough. I mean, the other person is just always looking to take from you. I tell you, at that point, instead of looking at this as transactional, take a step back and do for yourself. Buy yourself something nice. Self-love, self-respect, so that they can see something to copy. They can see how to take care of you, so you can stop looking at it as transactional. But in this social media era, everybody are using quote-unquote logic. Like 1 + 1 equals to 2. No, it is always you exchange something. No, it is not true. That's not human experience. Don't work like that. A lot of things we're saying is coming from a place of feelings. And once you understand that, then you're also able to navigate that for better experiences. Experience, not transaction. Not you give me, I give you. Not you give or take. See, that is a mindset thing. And I would be very, very careful with that. But thanks for that comment, Lima. I thought it was a good one for me too. And shout out to Uncle Beno for joining the party today. Shout out to everybody who was in the chat. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully, you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and #1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.